Hey guys, Ross here from Biker Talk. Just taking the R12GS back to Bike Biz at Granville. We've had it for the weekend. Took it to Breakfast Talk down at Heathcote. That was an amazing event. It was huge. More bikes down there than I've ever seen. And thanks for everyone who stopped by and said hello. It was really nice to meet some of the people who follow the channel. That was really cool. But taking this bike back, we are getting one for a longer term review in the next few weeks. We'll have it for 2 or 3 weeks or something like that. Get Tegan and Lucas on it then. But I thought I'd just give you my sort of first impressions of this bike as I head back to Bike Biz and battle Sydney morning traffic. So stick about, let's get into it. So first thing that I like about this bike is the looks. I think it's a stunning tribute to the R80GS from the 1980s. I think it looks incredible, like the R12S before it. I think they nailed the styling on this one. So well done. Love this little screen, love the shape of the tank, love the colour, love the red seat. Styling, thumbs up BMW, well done. Funnily enough, I actually do like this little TFT. I didn't think, when I first saw it, I didn't like it. I was like, oh, I don't know about that, it should have had clocks. The more I've ridden it, the more I actually think this is actually not a bad little option. I'd still like to see clocks on it, and you can get it, this is an option, but it's really quite subtle, and it's got some useful information on there as well. Tyre pressure monitoring, doesn't have a fuel gauge, that doesn't particularly bother me. I know it bothers a lot of people. Add a comment below, should this have a fuel gauge? I don't think it really matters. You've got trip meters and it's got a low fuel warning, that's all I need. Speaking of, I probably need to get fuel on the way back. When I first jumped on this bike, whoa, some birds there, I noticed it's very tall. Now this is the one with the Enduro pack, so it's got the 18-inch rear as opposed to a 17-inch rear. So it does make the bike quite tall. I'm on tippy toes, I'm only 5'9". It's not really an issue. It's fine when you're rolling, just when I come to a stop, I'm on the tips of my toes. So if I was buying one of these, I'd probably buy it without the Enduro pack and get the 17-inch rear. It's got long travel suspension, 240mm of ground clearance, and I think the suspension travel is it's over 200mm. It's 200 and 210mm of suspension travel front and rear. So that makes this a proper off-road bike, and it just gets me thinking that, is this the bike that the GS should have always been? They've gone into this whole adventure touring range, and I'd actually argue they're probably more of a sports tourer than an adventure tourer. Certainly the GS, not so much the GSA. But this could be the bike that GS purists have been screaming for a long time. Because it is a proper off-road bike. You could do some serious off-roading. I don't. I'm not an off-road rider. I ride the odd dirt road, and I'm comfortable doing that. But hardcore enduro stuff, not for me. But I reckon this would do it easily, if that's the sort of riding you're into. And I think it's only about 215 kilos, and that's dry weight. So it's a lot lighter than the big GS's, which, don't get me wrong, are great bikes, and the GSA is probably the best bike I've ever ridden. That thing was wonderful, and I took it on a big long tour, and it was great. But if you're more sort of off-road focused, then this could be the bike. BMW bought out the R9T Urban GS. That was really just a styling exercise. That was a road bike in GS styling. This one is a proper off-roader. Good amount of tech on it. Got some rider modes, rain, road and enduro, and this one has Enduro Pro as well. This one has, I think, what's called the comfort pack, so heated grips, cruise control. I'm sure there's some other stuff in there as well. Nice big wide bars, really great leverage, and I must admit, when I was standing on the pegs before, I'll do it again now, that's really comfortable. That's not really a massive reach to the bars, really a comfortable position. So this is the latest in the R12 range of bikes from BMW, and I must admit, it's a platform that I absolutely love. Love the R12. Didn't mind the R12 9T, that was okay, probably my least favourite in the whole range. The The R12S was brilliant, stunning bike, rode so well. And this one's exactly the same. And they're just, it's interesting that they can get 4 very different bikes out of the same engine and essentially the same chassis. 4 bikes with very different characteristics in terms of rider ergonomics and styling, all based off the same platform. Brilliant. When I take off here, I'm just going to show you the quick shifter on this one's excellent, up and down. Not as clunky as other boxes I've ridden with, but it's got a great little thump sound when you go from first to second, second to third. You might not be able to hear it, but yeah, it's fun. It sounds good. So I'd be interested in the comments, what do you think of the R12G/S? And what do you think of this whole R12 range? Do they appeal to you? And if so, which bike in particular? For me, oh man, it'd be a tough choice between this one and the R12S. Although I love the R12 as well, the cruiser sort of version. I probably wouldn't buy that one because I have an R18 and a little Royal Enfield cruiser. So that's that would probably write the R12 off the list unless I sold both of those, and I have no intention of selling either. But yeah, the R12S was one that that thing just looked brilliant. But this one's up there as well, and a little bit more practical if I want to do some off-roading, some dirt roading. Good option. Seat's comfy. The seat looks brilliant first of all, but it's comfortable and move forward and back quite a way. Overall, really comfortable bike. But I've only ridden it a couple of times, so really looking forward to getting one from BMW for a longer term review. So let us know in the comments, is this the bike that the R1300GS should have been? And the R1300 GSA. Now don't get me wrong, I love the GSA, that's probably one of the best bikes I've ever ridden. But something a little bit lighter, a little bit more off-road focused, I think it's a good thing. Would you buy this over a 1300 GS or a 1250 GS? I probably would. I love the fact that it's air and oil cooled. And I don't know how they've gotten that through emissions controls, still being a air and oil cooled bike. I think it's 109 horsepower, 115 newton meters of torque, but it's still air and oil cooled, because this engine is wonderful and I'm glad they're still using it. I think this is based off the original like R1100 engine from like 2007, I could be wrong there. Add it in a comment if you know the exact date. So that's pretty old tech, but it's a great engine and it's got so much character, like all boxes. Although, you know, they're refining the character out of the 1300s and even the 1250s. Still great bikes, but yeah, this one's just got that real boxer character that I love. And if you've ridden a boxer, then you know what I'm talking about. So let me know your thoughts on the R12GS. Is it a bike that you like? Is it a bike that appeals to you? Do you like this whole R12 range in general? For me, I think they're brilliant. I'm going to continue on to Bike Visit Granville here, battling Sydney morning traffic, Monday morning. If this is the first time you've seen one of our videos, thanks for stopping by, and maybe check out some of our other content. If you watch us regularly, thank you for supporting the channel. It means a lot. Anyway, I'll see you next time. Bye for now.